In my last couple of videos, I benchmarked LLMs on Intel Arc cards, and NVIDIA card too. That's obvious, but you might have missed the detail that I'm not running them directly on the host. I'm running them inside Docker containers using Podman. I used my homebrew SYCL container for SYCL benchmarks. I built the container I used to benchmark OpenVINO performance over a Python container and used the OpenVINO GenAI Python package. And I used the LLama.cpp CUDA container to test LLM performance on my 5060 Ti, which I have some stuff to say about a bit later. Well, isn't that an extra step, you may ask? And my answer is yes. More than one extra step, probably. But it's not just because I want to torture myself, even if it may seem that way. There's a method to my madness. Let me list some reasons. Firstly, reproducibility ends up being useful. It's bad enough that my system is very likely different from yours. You're very likely using a different SSD, a different processor, different memory. I don't even think Asus makes the motherboard I use anymore. Also, of course, a different Linux distribution. At the very least, it might be helpful to set up a consistent software environment, or one that can persist across system instances, regardless of its host's specifications. About 6 months ago, I published a walkthrough showing how to set up a Podman container utilizing LLama.cpp with SYCL for Intel Arc cards. Since then, I actually discovered something better than my very DIY solution. In the LLama.cpp GitHub repo, there are instructions on how to pull the official, or at least as official as they can get, LLama.cpp Docker or Podman containers, available with SYCL, CUDA, and Vulkan, and other backend supports. That's huge. Those containers are built by the people who actually write llama.cpp, or at least by people much closer to llama.cpp's code than I am, which means fewer wrong assumptions, more opinions from llama.cpp's actual creators, fewer weird mismatches, and fewer, well, it works on that machine moments. So you have access to consistent isolated environments that you can download from wherever, whenever, to run LLMs consistently on your NVIDIA, AMD, or Intel, and I believe at least all three with Vulkan GPUs. Not only are these containers reproducible by pulling them from repos, you can also move them around as images from system to system, or host to host, if you ever need to. That brings me to my next point. My second reason for running AI in containers is portability. These environments don't have to be bound to one machine. You can archive these containerized environments on whatever storage you already have. A USB flash drive, an external hard drive or SSD, or even a storage server. Sure, you can always pull the original image from somewhere like Docker Hub, or build it from a Docker file in a project's GitHub repo. But if you've adjusted a container to fit your needs in any way, it doesn't have to be a one-off. Having a potential cache of images saves time. Each one is one less thing you have to reconstruct manually, whether by hand or even by Docker file. For my third reason, I'm going to borrow a term from cybersecurity. The third reason is kinda host hygiene. If you know the term, stick with me. Yes, containers keep your host cleaner. If you're swapping between GPUs from different makers, you'll likely have to install NVIDIA's drivers on your host. In my own setups, moving between Intel and NVIDIA cards has been pretty low drama so far, at least on the distros I've used. Side note, if you're worried about that sort of thing, I think Linux Mint is probably the best desktop distro, at least in my experience, to go with because you can explicitly install and uninstall NVIDIA drivers to your heart's content. But anyway, the big win here is that I'm not constantly polluting my host OS with conflicting dependency stacks across different AI toolchains, or multiple versions of the same libraries fighting each other. If you're experimenting with something more experimental than, say, benchmarking, you can isolate all of that to a single container. One last thing about host hygiene. Containerization also protects your system when things go wrong. And I'm gonna borrow another cybersecurity term here, blast radius. All I mean by that is how much damage a failure can cause. With containers, when something breaks, the blast radius is smaller. Really, in a lot of cases, the container isolates all of the damage as opposed to having any of it spread to the host system. You may be asking, well, why not just use a VM instead of a container? And my answer is, a VM requires you to explicitly cordon off a set amount of resources before you even do anything, and it's a whole separate system, separate from your host that can do everything a full system can do. Meanwhile, containers are just processes, and like any other system process, it can ask for and get more resources on the fly. LLM inference at the scale of one person, maybe running one or a couple of models at once at home, isn't a resource-intensive task outside of the utilization of a GPU or GPUs. You don't need to have 4 cores and 8 threads reserved at all times just for that sort of inference. In the past, containers have been used to run a single service. Running an LLM is pretty much running a single service, even if you need a whole fire-breathing GPU to run it. One service per container. I think this will also become handy when you want to integrate LLM functionality into a multi-process workflow, where every part of the workflow is its own service too. As far as GPUs and containerization is concerned, you sort of share the GPU between the system and the container when you set things up correctly, and it's generally low drama to do that with Intel and NVIDIA cards, though I haven't tried provisioning any AMD cards to containers yet. For me, containers aren't about scale or best practices. They're just the least destructive way I've found to experiment with local AI on the hardware I already own. I can try things, break things, throw those containers away, and come back later without needing to rebuild my system or second-guess every install. That's it. It's not glamorous, but it lets me go deeper without burning everything down. Right now, LLM engines work pretty seamlessly in containers, and from what I've seen, there aren't standard containers for visual AI engines like Comfy UI or Automatic 1111. Things with Automatic 1111 seem rough at the moment. But it would be great to see containerized implementations of those too, if they ever happen. Either way, I think containerization is going to matter more and more for local AI. Whether that means containerization becomes a default for local AI, or local AI makes containerization relevant to more people, I don't know yet. But if you're experimenting, swapping GPUs between systems, working with more GPUs than you have systems, or PCIe slots, or just trying not to trash your OS install, it's at least worth considering adding containers to your local AI workflow. Running an LLM is pretty much running a single service, even if you need a whole fire-breathing GPU to run it. I said run a lot there, right?